This is Bliss Oasis. Change your thinking, change your life.
Then you are taken back to the cell, to the waterlogged cell. Another process. I think it's a repetition of the same process.
For how long did it continue?
I stayed there for 49 days.
49 days. The
49
same thing,
days, yeah.
The same ordeal every day.
The same ordeal. Yeah, the same ordeal being repeated.
And how did you know it was 49 days? Did you realize after you came back? Because I'm sure after some time you lose count of days.
You lose count. Of course, you lose count. But when I came out, I was able to tell. I was arrested on this day and I was taken to court on this day.
Welcome to Bliss Oasis Africa, where we tell everyday stories of everyday people. And today we are very much blessed and lucky to have one of the well-known or quite known ex-journalists, Mugo Theuri. For those who might not know Mugo Theuri was once a journalist with the Standard some time ago, many years ago. And eventually he had some challenges and he disappeared out of the scene. He will tell us what happened during that time. But eventually when he came back, he was with the People Daily. And that's where I personally met him, because I also worked with the People Daily for a few months or so. But he has a big story to tell. He is no longer a journalist at the moment, although we are told that once a journalist, always a journalist. I'm sure if Mugo Theuri saw a plane crash, wherever he is, he's going to report about it. Right now, he's inside the car and he'll tell us what he's doing inside the car. So, karibu sana Mugo Theuri, how have you been? I think it's a long time since I last saw you.
It's been quite some time.
Yeah.
It's more than 10 years.
Yeah, it could be more than 10 years because
Could be. It's more than 10 years. Because I left the news. Okay.
Yeah, it's a decade more than a decade.
I was saying I left the newsroom in 2009.
2009.
And I'm sure since that time, I don't think we have met.
Yes, and that is 2009. 2019. 2019, that's a decade.
We met that time. You came to Roiro and we had lunch.
Oh, yeah, yes. I was passing by and we met. I don't know what we are doing.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome to Bliss Oasis Africa. And
thank you.
Yeah, and we know you. At least many people know you as a former journalist with the Standard. I think that's where you started. And because you have a very long story to tell, because I think you are among the people who are put in by Moi during those days of the struggle. But tell us a bit about your life as a journalist. I mean, how did you become a journalist in the first place?
Oh, that is a very tricky question.
All right, just answer it.
Because
yeah.
I actually was not trained as a journalist.
Oh, you weren't?
I wasn't trained as a journalist, but I was a journalist by, that was my love.
Yes.
All the time. I always wanted to write since I was in primary school.
Yeah.
And I was having neighbors. One of my teachers was called, my English teacher at Kangemi was called Gideon Mulaki.
Gideon Mulaki?
You remember Gideon?
The journalist.
He joined us. He joined the Daily Nation from the classroom.
Yes.
And then I was having neighbors like Joseph Karemi.
Wow.
The late Asaf Moreria.
Those are kingpins of the Daily Nation those days.
I was interacting with them when I was in primary school.
Where is this? Where was it?
We were living in Kangemi. They were all living in Kangemi.
Kangemi.
Yes.
I'm recording this. This was his Africa. This was his Africa is recording from Modero. So you mean that can get me here?
Just down the Wayaki way.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
That is where I was living. So after interacting, while I was interacting with them and reading the Daily Nation almost daily, feeling the crossword, then I used to admire Guge Wadhiongo a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Yeah, but Guge Wadhiongo was not a journalist. There must have been a reason.
He was.
Before,
he was for some time. He worked for the
for Sunday Nation. For Sunday Nation.
Yes, for Sunday Nation. Yes. But apart from that, it was writing. I'm talking about writing, not necessarily writing for the newspaper.
Not necessarily being a journalist, but writing, yes.
Writing.
Yes.
So when I grew up, the easiest starting point was to contribute to the newspapers.
All right.
That is how I joined. I found myself in the newsroom.
So you said Gideon Mulaki, who also became at one time, he became the Standard Nation bureau chief in Mombasa.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Gideon Mulaki. He was my English teacher at Kehumbuine Primary School.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Those must have been in the 70s, 80s.
Early 70s. Yeah. I left primary in 1970.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was around that time.
So those were your teachers. But Joseph Karimi and Asaf Morelia were not your teachers, but you used to meet them.
No. They were already working with the newspapers.
Yeah.
Asaf was in the Standard. Joseph was in Nation.
And Asaf Morelia joined the Nation later on, and I think when I joined there, he was a news editor.
When you joined the Nation?
Yeah, in 1979, he was the news editor at Nation.
No.
He must have left.
79. Yeah. Then he left the Nation then he left the Nation and went back to the Standard.
Possibly, yes. So
when I was joining, when I was joining, he was a bureau chief in Mombasa.
Yes.
That is where he committed suicide.
Wow, that's another story, but that's another story. So here you are Kihumbuni Primary School. There's Gideon Mulaki, you are meeting Asaf Morelia, you are meeting Joseph Karimi. And you thought you should be a journalist.
I didn't think I should be a journalist. I liked writing.
Writing, yeah.
I just loved writing. I didn't know I was going to end up in the papers.
Okay, so you left primary, you went to secondary. Did you continue meeting these people, and how did you get into writing eventually?
I went to Dagoretti High School. Just across the valley from your place, from Modero.
Yeah.
Then after that, I went to college. In fact, I started marketing. Marketing.
That's what
Can you imagine? but within marketing.
Yes.
Yes. I've never sold. I don't think I have ever sold anything.
I'm sure you sold your stories.
I don't think so. I think what I did, okay, fine. Some of these things, they sell themselves.
Yes.
You don't go sit there and use marketing skills. But I'm saying I've never approached somebody, Patrick, buy this. And then I convince you, a presentation.
Okay. So after high school, you went and did marketing.
Yeah, in Greece.
In Greece?
Greece, Athens, Greece, yeah.
Okay. How come? I mean, what the hell? Why Greece?
Because...
and then you're going to study something you will not apply.
The thing is, apart from the studies, I was very much interested in Greece, having read a lot about Aristotle, Plato, and those
Those
philosophers.
wise guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and then music by Demis Rousseau.
Wow. Yes.
That lady Nana Mouskouri. You know,
Yes.
I had a lot of, I had a lot of love for Greece.
Okay.
So when I was considering joining a college, my first choice, I just applied to go to Greece. And fortunately, I got a college. I went there. I started.
How did you?
I started marketing.
How did you, as a fresh secondary school leaver, how did you think of Greece, and how did you get that opportunity to know that there's something in Greece that you can go? Did you look at? And there was no internet those days. I'm not sure whether there were.
There was no internet those days, but still, you know, the papers. And there was no TV actually. Even TV was a very big. It was not something we used to go to the social hall to watch TV.
Yeah, so here you are, and you're going to. How did you manage to get this opportunity those days?
Those days, I just applied. There was a college there that was having a British system. So I just applied. I can't remember the details.
You got the address in the newspaper?
They used to be in the newspapers. Yeah, I think I must have got it from the newspaper or something. I can't, the details are not very clear now.
All right. Then you went to Greece.
Quite some time.
You went to Greece, you studied, you came back.
I studied, I traveled a bit there. I didn't have money to travel a lot. If I could go back now, I know I would travel much more.
Yes.
But with my meager allowances, I was able to go to a few places.
Okay.
And to see some of those historical things.
All right.
Then immediately after college, I came back.
How long were you there?
I was there for 2 years.
All right.
Yeah, I was doing a diploma.
So you came back with your diploma?
Yes, but still, I was. You know, when I look back,
yeah,
I was having a dilemma.
Why?
A dilemma. Here I am with a marketing diploma.
Yes.
But my passion is elsewhere.
Yes.
So I looked for a job here and there. I joined an insurance company where I was selling policies for some time, for a few months. And then I started now contributing to the nation. Letters, but they were not being published.
Yes.
They were being rejected, but I still insisted. But I persisted until I met Wahome Mutai. I went in the newsroom and met Wahome Mutai. I didn't know him.
This is nation.
Then we got, yeah, I think he had just been appointed the features editor.
All right, yes.
So I met him, we sat down, we spoke, and we hit it off very well. We became friends. He guided me on how to write.
Yes.
And then from there, he transferred from Nation to Standard.
Yes.
I went there with him. That is
he
where
carried you along.
He tagged me along.
Yes.
I tagged him.
Yeah. So okay. when you are at Nation with Wahome Mutai, were you still doing letters or you are doing features? What were you doing?
I was doing features. Wahome did not stay there for long. After I met him, I was doing features.
Yes.
So he would edit them, but instead of publishing them at Nation,
he carried.
We went to Standard, and that is when he started publishing my stories.
Yes.
Yes. Then, after some time, there was the news editor was called James Kemondo.
Yes.
So he noticed that my stories were okay. And then he started sending me for news assignments.
Yes.
Soon after that, I was hired. I didn't stay for long as a correspondent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are hired as now a reporter, staff reporter.
A staff reporter. Yes. Yeah. Then I don't know whether I was lucky or I was writing well or what.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
After a short time, Asaf Mureria committed suicide in Mombasa.
Yes.
And there was need to send somebody.
He was then the bureau chief in Mombasa.
He was the Mombasa bureau chief, yes.
That must have been early
So
80s or late 70s.
Early 80s.
Early 80s, yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, that was around 85, 86, there, mid-80s.
Yes.
So there was need to replace him.
Mm.
And I was picked for it.
Mm. And this is
But,
a guy who has never been trained as a journalist.
Yeah, I'm being sent to be the bureau chief in Mombasa.
Yeah.
So I told my bosses there, I asked them not to send me there because, you know, I was still young.
Mm.
Asaf Mureri, we happen to come from the same area with Asaf.
Engineering.
But we are related somehow, distant relatives.
Okay.
So I begged the news editor not to send me down there.
Mm.
Because I'm new, it may take a bit for me to find my way around Mombasa. Settle down. I'm not even settled down here in Nairobi. That time I was living with Wahome Mutai. I was living in the same house with Wahome.
I hope not in Kangemi.
No, we were living in Umoja. Kagemi was later.
Yeah, all right.
Kagemi was later, I think. Yeah, that time we were living in Umoja. Umoja 1. It was a new estate. So the news editor, my bosses, the managing editor, you know, they agreed. So I was left in Nairobi.
Okay.
Somebody called John Kiama was sent to Mombasa.
Yes, I remember Kiama. He was Gathingira's brother. Henry Gathingira's brother.
Yes. I think he's still there. He's Gathingira's brother.
Yeah, I knew him. I know him. I knew about him, yes.
He's the one who was posted to Mombasa. But after some time, a need arose for an office to be started, for another bureau to be opened in Nakuru to cover the Rift Valley.
Yes.
Who is going to go there? Mugo Theuri. Yeah. That is how I ended. I could escape that. So I was posted in Nakuru.
Nakuru.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is how I ended up in Nakuru. I worked there for some time. It was a good place. I enjoyed there. I did quite a good coverage of the region. But then I was arrested.
Where were you arrested? Were you arrested in Nakuru or in Nairobi?
In Nakuru. I was working in Nakuru at that time. I was picked up at Nakuru law courts one very early morning.
Yeah. Why were you arrested?
Now that is a very complicated. You know, those days you didn't have it. It's not like today when there is logic. That Patrick committed this crime. So he is taken to court and charged the same day, or at least within 48 hours, and so on and so on. You know, a very logical flow of a case.
Yes.
Those days you didn't have to do anything. Somebody just so I can't even say whether I was arrested for writing, or was arrested for my underground activities.
Did you have any underground activities?
Oh, you know, I was young and I was interacting a lot with the progressive forces.
Like Koigi Wamwere?
Not necessarily Koigi, but especially when I was here in Nairobi. University students.
Yes. Yeah,
the university. I was more with the university students than politicians.
All right. Now, here you are.
Yes.
You are being arrested. Can you tell us what happened on that particular day when you're being arrested, and what happened? What did they tell you? Or if they told you anything?
Oh, that day I had gone to the law courts to cover a case or against a politician called Jenga Mugai, I think. Yeah, Jenga Mugai.
Yeah. Was it Molo MP?
He was the MP.
Molo MP.
I think Molo. I think he was the MP for Molo.
Yeah. So
when I arrived at the court precincts, I saw a group of journalists standing somewhere. So I went there to say hi, join them. And then there were two strange fellows
Among them.
I didn't know they were. Yeah,
Among-
among them, although they were not exactly studying together, but they were a bit of like two paces away from the journalists. So when I get there, I'm saying hi to my colleagues, and then this gentleman say, and then I'm told these guys are looking for you actually.
So the journalist tell you.
There's-
The journalist,
Yeah.
one of the journalists told you.
Yeah, he told me, yeah, in fact, these guys were looking for you, but we told them that you'll definitely come to court. Yeah?
Okay.
So I said hi. Yeah,
Very
I hear you are
innocently.
looking for me.
You thought they were
Yeah,
giving.
I
You
hear
thought,
you are-
you thought
I
they were
thought they
giving
were
you a,
having
You thought they were giving you
a
a scoop.
scoop. I thought they were giving me a scoop. Yeah.
Yes.
Too many other things.
Yeah.
It was a scoop actually, because that experience was
They scooped
it
you.
was quite an experience.
Yes.
So when I say hi, yeah, you're Mugo Theuri. I said, yeah, I'm Mugo Theuri. Now we want to talk to you. I said, fine, I'm here. So they pull me aside. Then they tell me, no, in fact, we wanted to go with you to your office so that we can talk from there. I told them that, but I'm covering a case here. Why don't you wait until the case is over?
Yes.
Then we can. They said, no, it is very urgent, very, very urgent. Let us go to your office. You know, my office was not, Midland Hotel.
Yes, I know the place.
My office was just next to Midland Hotel. So I said, fine, let's go to my office. We went there. When we are in the office, that is when they are telling me, in fact, my friend, you are wanted in Nairobi. By who?
In Nairobi. Ha. Now let me ask you, from where they met you, together with the journalists, it was a walking distance to your office. So you walked.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we walked. Yeah, we took we went in the Land Rover.
Oh, but when you saw the Land Rover, did you realize it was not a normal trip?
It never occurred to me that it was abnormal.
Was it a GK Land Rover or just another Land Rover with other?
No. It was not. It had the private number plate.
So you took a ride. I took a
ride. They gave me a lift to my. And there was another. I should have been suspicious. Had it been today, because in that Land Rover there was a third person, the driver.
Yeah.
The driver. So when we come in, I'm sitting at the back with one of them. Then the other one is sitting in front next to the driver. So we went to, I think I was having a good hangover. I had spent quite a bit of time the previous night drinking.
Yes. And you're going to get a good scoop. And in your mind, you are getting a good scoop.
Yes, my reasoning, you can imagine my reasoning after a night of drinking and a hangover. I was not at my best.
All right. So you arrive in the office and they tell you, in fact, you wanted in Nairobi.
Yes. I'd asked them who. That is when they said they were policemen. And they wanted to search my office. So, they're not asking.
Yeah.
They don't even, Hakuna kuomba. They just go ahead. Those days they didn't even need a search warrant. So they searched the office. We went to my house. They took quite a lot of my books. Karl Marx, Engels, whatever, so many of my books that I've never received, From there, Safari and Nairobi.
By road.
We drove. At one point, I told them, no, I can't go any further. I'm too hungry. I had not eaten well the previous day.
That was
having had a hangover.
That was the same day.
The same day. We came to Nairobi the same day.
So you told them you're hungry?
Yeah, they stopped the vehicle. I bought myself lunch.
Where was this now?
Coca-Cola. I can't remember exactly where.
But okay.
I only remember that I bought myself lunch somewhere before we came to Nairobi. Then we drove to Nairobi. I was dumped at the Central Police Station. That is where I was locked up that night.
Now, between the time you are told, okay, they are searching whatever they are searching for, and on your trip to Nairobi, and you are buying lunch along the way, how are you feeling? How do you know what they were actually looking for? How are you feeling?
Yeah, by then I had known. By then I knew what was happening. But I was not worried. I don't remember fearing or feeling anxious.
So you say you knew what was going on. So what was going on?
I knew I was being arrested, and I knew I was being arrested for either something I had written. You know, that time in Nakuru, I was covering all sorts of politicians.
Yes.
And some of them I knew were malicious. And then I also knew of what had happened when the things that we were handling when I was in Nairobi. Yes, the kind of people I was interacting with, the students, student leaders, you know, So I knew something, and I knew that by then, you know, they had started arresting people from Kenya.
For people who are watching, who will be watching this video, and you talk about Kenya, they may not know what Kenya is. What was Kenya?
Kenya was an underground movement to overthrow the government of Moi. You know, by then the dictatorship of Moi had gone beyond. You know, it was too much. People were not. Kenyans were feeling. You know, we were hemmed in. You know, it was we were in very desperate.
And such
the dictatorship was at its worst.
Yeah, and such papers, if you get such a document, you would read it in the toilet and flush.
Oh yes. In fact, even those books that I was reading, Marxist literature.
Yeah.
It was dangerous to have them in your house.
Yes.
Because they were enough to take you to prison.
Okay.
Yes.
So were you a member of Kenya? Or you are Kenya?
I was membership in what sense? You know,
they were arresting Kenya, which is an underground movement. Were you part of it?
Yeah. I understand. I'm not asking you the question. I'm just speculating. You know, I'm just asking myself. You know, because there are various ways of being a member.
Yes.
You can subscribe to the ideals of that organization.
Yes.
You can. Maybe some people were paying. I don't know whether there was a membership fee.
Yes.
But I was subscribing to the ideals of the organization.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So
that was the. Yeah.
Would you know? Would that be the same reason Home Mutahi, your friend, was also arrested?
It was the same reason. It was the same reason.
Yeah, and so you were arrested. Were you taken to court, or what happened?
What happened after I left where I was taken to the Central Police Station.
Yes.
The following morning, the same guys came. They picked me from the police station. We drove around, and then I was blindfolded and taken to what I later came to know was Nyayo house.
Wow.
Huko chini basement.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm locked up again in a cell there, alone. Very well lighted cell, very clean actually compared to the Central Police Station. The cells at Nyayo house were very clean. So I stay there without knowing where I am, why I'm there. You know, even as a police station, it is you feel at least safer.
Yeah, okay.
You know what is happening. But a cell where you don't see, you're not seeing any police officers, you're not seeing anything. So you start fearing that maybe they have brought you here so that they can kill you. Yeah? But sometime, I don't remember whether it's the same day or the following morning, somebody else came for me. Some other 2 or 3 guys came for me. They blindfolded me and put in a lift. I'm taken up. What I came to learn was the uko juu kabisa. Then I'm taken into a room there. That is where the torture began. Torture. Where ni mwa Kenya? No. Where ni nini? No. Are you this? No. Are you that? No. I don't know what you are talking about. So they start the beating. The beating. Ile ambayo hujaona.
What were they using?
Beating, all sorts of things, whips, these broken chair legs, all kinds of stuff, kicks.
How many were How many were beating you at one time, at the same time, for example? Is it one person?
Oh no, you don't count. You have no time to count. All of them are on you like a pack of dogs. About 7 guys. Okay, they can't hit you at the same time.
Yeah, they take turns.
The blows are raining from all sides. The blows are raining from all sides. Yes.
So, yeah. So,
and you are naked. And you are stark naked.
Wow.
Stark naked.
Wow.
You are stark naked.
Do they undress you or they ask you to undress?
They ask you to undress. You undress yourself. And then they start mocking your body.
Psychological work. Psychological torture.
It was very humiliating. Very humiliating. Yes.
So continue. So they beat you, and then do you have to...
Yeah, because you know, then you are taken back now down there.
The same cell. You're muted.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear. Yes.
So you are put in a cell.
So you are taken to the cell, back to the cell.
Yes.
And it's full of
now,
water.
The cell now has water. Up to the ankles there. It's not as much as some people try to it's up to the ankles. So you are locked there. You don't know how long you are going to stay there.
This cell, before you went upstairs,
it was dry.
It was dry, but was there like furniture, bed, mattress?
No.
So just an empty.
No, what I say?
Just an empty room.
No, there was a mat. Thatched, something thatched with the I don't know the material, but it is just a mat.
So you go up, you come back, there's water.
There's water. The mats and whatever have been removed, even your clothes are not there. Water. You are naked, still naked. So you start there. You don't know how long you are going to start. At the beginning, you are hoping that it's only a few minutes and then they come for you. But you stay there 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Standing.
Usiku unaingia.
Standing.
You don't even know when standing. You can't sit in the water. You'll collapse. At one point, you will collapse and lie in the water. Or first of all, you sit. On you squat. And by, because you are tired, you're hungry, you will collapse in the water. You sleep there. Yes. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But they're still coming. They're coming every morning to find out whether you have something to say.
They come every morning.
Yeah. Every morning. They're coming every morning.
And are they taking you upstairs again?
No, they're just peeping through. There's a peephole there. So they peep in and ask you, mzee, uko na kitu ya kuambia wazee? You say no. They lock you. They leave you there.
They leave.
Like that. Yes. Then they don't want you to die there. So in the 7th, the 5th, between the 5th and the 7th day there, they remove you from the water. They take you back there. The same interrogation, the same beating, but this time you are fed. You are given some food and you are allowed to rest kidogo for 2 or 3 days.
Upate nguvu.
Then they take you back, the same beatings, the same humiliation. Then you are taken back to the cell, to the waterlogged cell. Another process. I think it's a repetition of the same process.
For how long did it continue?
I stayed there for 49 days.
49 days. The
49
same thing,
days, yeah.
The same ordeal every day.
The same ordeal. The same ordeal being repeated.
And how did you know it was 49 days? Did you realize after you came back? Because I'm sure after some time you lose you lose count of
Yeah,
days.
you lose count. Of course, you lose count. But when I came out, I was able to tell I was arrested on this day and I was taken to court on this day.
So were you
at some point? Yeah.
Were you taken to court after the 40 something days or somewhere in between?
What happened? You know what happened? I had to compromise. It could go. I knew the way they were behaving. I knew if I don't compromise, they were going to harm me. So we sat down and agreed. Okay, we are going to take you to court. Blah blah blah. You are going to say this and this and that. We negotiated. They wanted me to incriminate some people. I told them no. I'm going there on my own. Wow, again, if you have any case against them, any evidence, just bring them. Let them confess themselves. Lakini yagu, somebody a friend of mine came there, sat there, and said, "Huyu jamaa tulikuwa na yeye."
Nani huyu? Yeye ni Mkenya.
We took a loan together. So you asked, do you know this man? Yes. And then why would he come? If he's your friend, why would he come here and tell lies about you? You know, you can't get yourself out of such a situation.
You can't, yes.
You can't.
Yeah.
That is how now we sat down, we drafted a charge sheet. I was taken to court at around 5 or 6 in the evening.
Court number 1, the famous court number 1.
Court number 1, yeah, Butch, yes.
Butch.
Court number 1.
Yeah.
H. Butch.
Yeah.
And I could have, the fellow was not even thinking.
The magistrate.
I think, yeah, the magistrate, he was not thinking, he was not using his mind at all. I think those things were being written for him, jail him for 4 years.
Yes.
Jail this one for 15 months, jail this one for so long. So suddenly I'm there, the court, yes, the judge, jail, you're going to be, I sent you to 4 years for one count and 1.5 years for the second count.
Yeah. So what was it? Do you remember the charges? What were you charged with?
I was charged with being a member of an illegal society, organization, something, or taking an unlawful oath. I was charged with taking an unlawful oath and then failing to report the commission of a felony. So
you were given a total of 4 years?
A total of 5.5 years.
5.5 years.
Yes, but they were to run concurrently. So that was 4 years.
All right.
Yes.
So how did you feel now? You are before this magistrate, you've been charged, and now you're going to prison. How did you feel? After undergoing 41 days or so of torture, now you are before 49 days. Now you are before a magistrate and you are being sent to prison. How was the feeling?
It was a mixture, because now I'm coming from a very horrible situation.
Yeah.
I thought it was better now to be in prison, because at least there are other people there.
Yes.
And I was not expecting that I was going to undergo the same kind of torture.
In the prison.
Yes, but I didn't expect that the idiot was going to give me such a long sentence. that idiot magistrate.
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And I'm sure your colleagues were there to cover the case and write report that you are now going to jail, and also for being.
Actually, the only paper that reported about my case was the Nation.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
And I think Reuters also reported.
So that must
but the standard
up to now must be, yeah.
Up to now, today, the Standard has never reported that their bureau chief
was in jail.
Disappeared mysteriously.
Was it because of the connection? The connection between them and the owners?
I was too annoyed to even think whether I cannot excuse them.
All right. So here you go. Here you go. You're going to the prison, and where did you go? Committee?
I was taken to, first of all, I was taken to industrial area overnight.
Yes.
For the weekend. I think it was a weekend.
Mm.
Then on Monday, I was taken to committee.
And the conditions were much better than Nyayo house, of course.
At least at Nyayo house, they are at committee. I found other people who had been jailed for the same reasons.
Mm.
So I felt that I was in a good company. If you can call being in prison a good company.
Were you allowed to mix? Were you allowed to mix with them, talk to them?
In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning, we were being put in the normal cells.
Yeah.
With other prisoners, with the criminals.
No. I'm talking about your colleagues, those guys who are jailed. Were you allowed to talk with them, mingle with them?
Yeah, we were allowed to mix. Yes.
Mm.
And we were even going to the industries there to go and work there.
Mm.
Some of us were being taught how to tailor. Others, it was so very.
It has some benefit for you. You learned a few things.
I learned a few things, but anyway, it was just a waste of time. You know, they didn't get the prison. The policy, the policy of the prisons at that time was to punish. To punish, to torture, to subdue you, kabisa, so that when you come out, you have lost your confidence. You lost your, change your personality, make you feel small.
So were you
useless.
In the same? So you were together with Home Mutahi, or are they different places?
No, those one came later. They came later. But I was with other people. So many other people there. I found very many other people.
Okay.
Some of them you may not know them.
All right.
But we are very many. But somebody you might know is like Maina wa Kenyatte.
Yes, I know Maina.
Professor. Professor Maina wa Kenyatte. Dr. Adu Awiti, the former MP, the late Adu Awiti. The musician Ochieng Kabasele.
All right.
Mandawiro Mganga.
Wow, yeah, those are heavy names. So you were there for 4 years. You learned tailoring. Did you learn tailoring? Or?
No. After some time, the authorities decided that it was dangerous
to keep you together.
To keep all of us in the same prison.
Yes.
And to allow us to mix.
Yeah.
So we were dispersed to other prisons. I was taken to Eldoret.
Ah, okay.
I was taken to Eldoret prison together with the Mandawiro, quite a group of us.
All right.
Then when we were taken to Eldoret, after some time, we went on a hunger strike.
In Eldoret.
That's another story. Hunger strike.
This is late 80s. Yeah? This is late 80s now.
This is late 80s. Late 80s. Yeah. So we went on hunger.
What were you protesting against?
The conditions, the food, us being kept in the cells for too long. Isolated.
Okay. So how long was this? How long was the hunger strike, and was it while you are what you are asking for, given?
It was given in the sense that we were transferred from there and taken to Kisumu.
Ah, Kodiaga.
To Kibos. So
eventually, eventually you come out of prison. Did you leave from Kibos, or where? By the time you're completing,
I completed at Kibos. Yes.
Tell us about the last day, the day you have released. Tell us what happened.
The day I was released, I was just released like that. You are free now.
Just go.
So I dressed. There's nobody to come and meet me. Although the people at home knew that I was coming out, but I had told them, instead of you coming all the way to Kisumu, just wait for me at home.
Yeah, utakuja tu.
So I was released late. I have no fare to go back home. The authorities were not bothered.
So how did you get home?
What I did, the person the money that the change that I had after drinking, the night before I was arrested.
You still had it?
I still had it.
You still had it?
It was enough to take me from Kisumu to Nakuru.
Oh, okay.
Then in Nakuru,
would you remember how much it was?
I can't remember.
But it was enough to take you to Nakuru.
It was enough to take me to Nakuru.
Yeah.
Then in Nakuru, I went and I looked for my friend. I had a friend who was staying there, a childhood friend. So he's the one who had hosted me actually when I was transferred from Nairobi to Nakuru. So I go there, I explain to him, now I'm out, I don't have money. He owed me some money actually. He owed me about 800 shillings. So I asked him, I told him, even if you don't have all the money, at least find me some money to take me to Nyeri. Up to Nyeri, my home, rural home.
Yeah.
But I had to spend the night there.
Akitafuta fare.
Yeah. Yeah. The following days when now I take my journey to my rural home. The people who had been waiting for me the previous day had been disappointed. They thought maybe I'm not coming.
Yeah.
But eventually I arrived. I found my family there. I was very happy to be joined with my family, to be rejoined.
Okay.
Reunited. I mean, reunited with my
your
family.
Yeah. Were you?
Yes.
But you are still. You are not. Were you married by then?
When I was arrested, I had been married. We had stayed for a few months.
Oh.
My wife was pregnant when I was arrested.
Too bad.
So my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter was born when I'm in prison.
In prison.
Yes.
So she's a big girl. She was a big girl. She was 8. She was about 5 or 6 when you're coming out.
By the time I'm coming out, she was not so old. She was like
about
2 or 3 years. Because I was jailed for 4 years. Well, after remission, there's a remission there.
Oh.
I was out by around 1989, towards the end of 89.
Oh, I see. So you didn't spend the 4 years, total 4 years.
No. There's a remission.
Okay.
You spent 2/3 of that. Although I was added some more weeks because of going on hunger strike. But I didn't stay for the entire 4 years.
Yes. So now you are out. Did you spend some time before you went back to activities?
Yes. I spent some time at home, resting, reorienting myself.
Yes.
Before I started looking for a job.
Yeah, and I mean, at that time, looking back at that particular time, looking back at the period from arrest to that time, how was your feeling? How was your mood? Were you still hurting, or were you forgiven, or you? And Moi,
no.
Moi was still there.
I've never forgiven. Even today, I have never forgiven those people who took me there. Especially those people who tortured us.
And those
especially
guys.
Moi.
And that
Moi,
guy,
that regime.
And that friend of yours.
That one I forgave.
Because he was being forced by circumstances.
Yes.
Okay, so Mugo, you have a lot to tell us, but the time is getting close, and I mean, we are running out of time, and we have to do a part 2, because from there you went looking for a job. Eventually, I know you landed. You went back to journalism. I think you became managing editor of the People.
Eventually, yes.
Yes, and then there was, your connection with the Matiba, and so on. And then what you're doing currently, I think that we can do in another recording, maybe in a few days' time, so that we can now hear the other part of you, the other side of the story, after the experience you got where you are, you've been through.
Oh yes, yeah, we can do that later.
Yeah, we'll do that, and we will obviously we will launch the videos together, one after the other, so that people can see the
Yes.
continuous story. So for now, viewers, thank you very much for being with us all this time. That was Mugo Theuri. He has a great story to tell, because most of us, we hear about detention. We don't hear the inside story. There are books written. Some of us have not read them, but he has told
Yeah.
us about the torture of how he went through. And and thank you very much, Mugo. And very soon we will be recording part 2, so that you can tell us what happened after that.
Okay, thanks a lot, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you very much, and God bless. We are meeting very soon on the same place. Asante sana, salimia watu wa huko kwenu.
Nitawasalimia, nawe salimia watu wa Udhero.
Haya, poa, asante.
Thank you for being with us until the end. Bliss Oasis Africa offers the following services: counseling and life coaching, mentorship in creative writing, publishing and consultancy, website development and digital marketing. Please visit us at our website www.blissoasis.co.ke for more information. You can also call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0722 563 544. Thank you.